Power 7 Podcast. Good morning, good morning. It's your boy, the almighty Nicodemus, back in the building once again for another weekly rant of the Power 7 Podcast. I know it's been a long time. It's been a couple weeks. Shout out to my 1 to 100 listeners. If y'all out there still listening, I'm still here moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? On the Power 7 Podcast, once again, coming to you on another blessed morning, letting everybody know that if you got 2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 head, you are truly blessed to get out here and make it happen for you and yours, whether you like doing what you do or not, because there's a lot of people out here who can't make it happen for anyone they love or for themselves at all. Once again, it's the Power 7 Podcast. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you, but I'm still here. You know, the brother. I've been in the process of getting ready to move, so I'm moving to a new house. So we've been doing that. I also put together 3 projects, so I was busy putting together 3 projects, 3 little mixes, if you want to call it that, or a mixtape, which are available on SoundCloud. You know, you can look for it on SoundCloud /TorqueCicero. You can also find these projects on Bandcamp /TorqueCicero. Check them out. 3 projects: Uncle Earn remixes, Amateur Night, and Warehouse Music. So go out there, definitely give them a listen. Some work that I've been working on is beats. There's rhymes. And like I said, there's remixes. So just go ahead and check them out. And also, since I've been gone, there's been some projects that have come out that I've been listening to. I don't know if I've talked about Cavalier's project, Type of Time. If I haven't, it's a dope project. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. Vince Staples, Dark Times, dope project. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. It's a really dope project. And Your Old Droog movie, dope project. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. And also, my man, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge, a.k.a. No Worries, drop the follow-up to Yes Lord, Why Lord, dope, WHYLAWD, Why Lord, Yes Lord, Why Lord, yeah. That, out of all the ones I've named, is my favorite. Knowledge doesn't miss. Anderson .Paak, whether he's solo or whether he's with someone, that brother don't miss, whether it's singing or whether it's rhyming. Knowledge, of course, dope producer. He did a dope production when they hooked up on the first joint. On this joint, listen, man, he went into a whole nother bag. Like, I know it was some things online when he was talking about being upset about, you know, rappers jumping on his beats, his instrumentals, and rapping to him. But on this joint, he went to another bag. He went to another bag on this one. So if you get a chance, all of those joints are dope, but this one is my favorite. Check them out, though. Definitely give those a listen. They're really good projects. So today's weekly rant, today's topic, hip-hop culture. There's been some discourse. There's been some, you know, heated exchanges between people online, particularly the space I like to be on, hip-hop Twitter. You know, last week was Juneteenth, right? Kendrick Lamar does the pop-out concert. There were some Mexicans, I don't even know their names, but they have a podcast, and they're like, you know, Kendrick didn't have any representation of the Latinos out there in LA. Now, me, I don't know. I don't have a clue about gang politics in LA, about, you know, the relationship between blacks and Mexicans in LA. I have no clue. I only have my own experience to go from, and it's not even dealing with LA. It was El Paso, Texas, 19 94, so it was a long time ago. And I can tell you out there, back then, and I don't know how it is now, but it was a heavy gang culture, and the blacks and the Mexicans at that particular time, back then, did not get along. So I don't know about LA, but if y'all representation wasn't there, I can't speak on the why, but I can only go off my experience, and maybe it just wasn't a place for y'all to be at anyway. It wasn't y'all thing. I don't know. But which leads me to this. So I guess Tariq Nasheed, one of those hotep dudes, or pimps turned righteous or whatever. Those guys, one of them guys. I guess he's got a documentary coming out about who started hip hop. And he's got a loose organization. I don't know if it's even a real organization. I don't know if it's one of those psyops or agents or, that type of shit that be online causing friction with people, but they're called FBA. But so he has a documentary coming out about hip hop, and this is causing a lot of arguments with people online, I guess because he's saying that hip hop is basically an African American, Black American culture. Now, for me, I say this. Hip hop, yes, was started by Black Americans in New York City, which New York City is what they call a melting pot. So there's a lot of different nationalities in New York City through those 5 boroughs. Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Dominicans, white people, Jewish people. Like New York is a melting pot. And to me, I'm like, yeah, hip hop was started by Black Americans regardless. It wasn't started by Jamaicans. It wasn't started by Kool Herc. You don't have to check out Tariq Nasheed's doc. I mean, you can check it out. But, I mean, this information is already on YouTube. If you are a hip-hop historian, there's a guy called Jaquan. He does little mini documentaries about hip-hop, early hip-hop, called The Foundation. There's also my brother, I can't remember this brother's name, but he also goes in, he also does interviews with people from the Bronx area where they talk about hip-hop and talk about the guys who started and how the culture has started, who started it, and but it definitely was Black Americans in the Bronx, in the projects, Black Spades in particular, who kind of got the ball going on hip-hop. Kool Herc expounded on that and made it into what it is, and he's Jamaican. But it was already going on. He saw what was going on. He changed it up. There's an interview with Kool Herc where he says they were already doing it. I saw what they were doing, and I decided I'm going to do something different to it, and so forth and so on. And that's fine, because the music of hip-hop that they were using is still American-based music. Particularly, most Black Americans, regardless if we were here already or not, most Black Americans come from the South. So most of the music that hip-hop uses, there's always going to be a Southern influence from there, because most Black Americans are from the South, which is probably why the South pretty much runs hip-hop now. But anyway, they're going back and forth, but there was contributors to hip-hop. So it's an African-American culture, but like with anything in America, particularly that region, New York City, there's Puerto Ricans, there's all kind of people, and they contributed, whether they added or whether they pushed it to another level to make it be where it is, that participated in the culture of hip-hop, for better or for worse. And that goes on us too, as African or Black Americans, that goes on to us too, for better or for worse, that contributed. So it's really a silly argument, man, that's been going on. And listen, man, I think it's a complex that we have as Black Americans because of what we were taught through whether it's school or movies. Our story has always been told from a victim standpoint and never the victor. And I think that causes us to have a complex and feel angry, like this is ours. Stop trying to take from us. Stop trying to say it's somebody else's. Like, it causes that because we've been taught, like I said, whether it's through school since elementary school or whether it's through entertainment, we've always been shown that our tale, our story as Americans, as Black Americans, is always a story of victimhood and never the victor. You know, white people got the victories all the time. You know, even the Mexican Americans, their story, you will hear stories of them conquering or winning or something like that. Like, their tales are always of victors. And as African Americans, usually our tales are a victimhood, and I think that causes a complex for us, which sucks. And it causes bullshit like this, you know? And it sucks, and I hate it. But I think, like I said on the last podcast, I hope the generation after us, my sons, my grandkids, I hope their generation, you know, can overcome this and get out the box, because that ain't our story. And maybe we'll start getting other stories told than us being victims. You know, maybe we'll start getting stories of us being victims. Maybe we'll see maybe we'll see a Nat Turner movie, or maybe we'll see the Haitian Revolution movie come out. Maybe we'll start seeing movies about Mansa Musa. Maybe we'll start seeing those type of movies that show us as the victors, that'll show us as warriors and fighters and overcoming things, you know, and maybe that's what we need, you know, because all we need is love, everybody. That's all we need is love. So, yeah, that's all I got for today, man. You know, I only got a little bit of time to break it down for y'all. And you never know. Be on the lookout for the Beer Beats and Eats podcast to be coming back really soon. And it'll be on video. So y'all can start seeing these beers I dive into. Start seeing the food that we dive into. You can actually get a look at it. And I can have some of my special guests on there. But be on the lookout for that, because that's coming back. Once again, hey, you got two arms, 2 legs, and 1 head. Be blessed that you can make it happen for you and yours, because you truly are blessed, because there's some people out here who can't even make it happen. But once again, it's your boy, the Almighty Nicodemus, signing off. Power 7 Podcast. Peace.